Hi, I'm Craig Emmerson, and along with my brother Scott, we own these two 1912 Cadillacs. Today I want to tell you a little bit about them and hopefully take you through a bit of a journey and a road trip and showcase why Cadillac to us is truly standard of the world. So this 1912 Cadillac is a beautiful car. It was restored by Ken Moss back in 1958. At that particular time, the hit song was Maybelline by Chuck Berry, so that's why the name of the car is on it. Ken Moss took this car across America in 1960 and travelled up. So my brother and I, we bought this car back in 1998. And in that time we've had the engine rebuilt, we've repainted the wheels, redone the guards, touched up the nickel work. The engine work was quite extensive and she is quite a fearsome car out on the road. So those Fords, they look out for us in those rear view mirrors. How about we road test this car now? Right. So this car was the first year for electric starter for any car in the world, and Cadillac was really proud of that. This car has had it fitted. We have had a few technical difficulties in the past, but we prefer to hand crank it. It gives it more character, so let's give it a go. She's got a lot of compression. Alright, so the 1912 Cadillac is typical of the four-cylinder Cadillacs of the early 10s and teens. This particular model is a dry sump crash gearbox, and it's got all the raw elements that make driving pleasurable. We're currently in third gear. This car was built only for country roads, probably around about 20-25 mile an hour. We can cruise all day in this car on about 50-55 mile an hour without a hassle. This car was cutting edge for 1912. Electric starter, electric lights, and electric horn. I think Cadillac struck it right when they said standard of the world. Nothing beats this four-cylinder. It's a good, reliable car. It's got heaps of power, it's classy, and on a hot Australian summer like today, nothing can beat it. Right, we're climbing a hill here, and like I said, it's a hot summer's day. This Caddy, it's pulling like a freight train. I say to all my Ford friends, go out and buy a Cadillac. For a minute and I'll show you the workings of these engines. So in here we've got the workings of the 1912 Cadillac engine. It's a pretty engine. Alright, so in here we've got the 4 separate copper water jackets, dual spark plugs, coil here, original coil, the oil box, so the oil pumps up here, up to the sight gauge on the dash, and back down here to the front of the engine and all the way through and out the back. We've got the starter motor here. We haven't connected this one up, but it's all complete, and we've got the right relay, and yeah, it's a pretty neat engine. Alright, so right here we've got a 1912 Cadillac engine, just the bare bones of one anyway, just to give you guys a bit of a look at the workings and the simplicity, I guess, behind what makes these Cadillacs run. The engine's in two halves. We've got the engine number stamped in the front here. You'd have all the gears placed up the front and crank through here. The water pump sort of sits externally just out here, and as you can see, the copper water jackets, and it's a fairly simple concept, but it's a tested and tried and proven engine. So it's got a lot of weight in there too. So like I said, we've just had these engines rebuilt, and yeah, a lot of work goes into them, and yeah, like I said, a really good, strong, reliable engine. Alright, being part of car clubs is a great way of been able to restore and meet people that share the same interest. With the Cadillac Club, we were fortunate that my grandfather, along with Ken Moss, who owned Maybelline, which we saw a few moments ago, started the Cadillac Club back in 1970. Currently on the Cadillac early page forum, they're having a discussion about conrods. The Cadillac conrod, this is the 1912 Cadillac conrod. They're a hinged conrod. They have the oil scoop down the bottom here, and that dips oil out of the well of the base of the engine. But because of that, they have had flaws. They have been known to let go. Maybelline, when she was restored in '58, had one fly out of her at near Canberra, but this particular conrod, like I said, although sturdy, is flawed, and we've had this learned, and our grandfather is using, and along with Maybelline, is using Diamond T conrods. They're strong, they're dependable, and they do the job, and they fit straight onto the Cadillac crank. So it's always great to be able to share that piece of information and help other people know what works and what doesn't. A little bit about this 1912 Cadillac. Our grandfather found it in 1960s, and he had it restored with the help of his brother, Jim. It's a torpedo style body. It's quite a unique body. Most of them were tourers and what have you. The scuttle is the dead giveaway for that, but like I said, my grandfather restored this car, and in its first rally he took it on a veteran car rally. It was nothing more than just the steering wheel, a box sitting on top of the fuel tank, and he drove it with no body all the way here to a couple of hundred miles away up to Ballarat with my mother, who at the time was only a young girl, and they got burnt going all the way up there, and it broke with a massive thunderstorm coming home, and she didn't leave his side, so it was always known as her car after that. But we're lucky to have it today, and it's got a lot of history, all the badges going back from the 66, 67, and it's got a lot of history, and it's a great fun rally car, just like Maybelline. It's proven, and it's just a big, good old American Cadillac. What we'll do is we'll give this car a bit of a road test right now. She's a bit of a tired engine. She was restored back in 1960s. Nothing much has really been done to it since then, but she's still got the power, so let's take it for a spin. Alright, it's a real fun honour to have a car that your grandfather owned, restored, and to know that you're the next generation carrying on the tradition. I mean, this is a good, honest car, and that's the best way to describe it. Well, we're almost back home after road testing the two Cadillacs. I hope you've had as much fun as I have showing you, and I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. Please stay tuned for the upcoming video that will release of our V63 1923-24 Cadillac. It'll be a great fun project to keep an eye out for.